Hello. So, trial and improvement you might have come across at some point. So basically, all we're going to do is we are going to guess some values of x that will make that equal to 104. So I'm going to start with 5. So that would be 5 squared plus 2 times 5, which is 25, 35. And that's too small. Okay. So I'm going to go, let's try 10. So that'd be 10 squared plus 2 times 10, and that'd be 120, and that's too big, because remember we're trying to get to 104. So I'm going to try 9, because that feels not far away, so 9 squared plus 2 times 9, and that gives me 99, and that's too small. And this is where it gets interesting. So I now know that my answer is somewhere between 10 and 9. So let's try 9.5 because it's halfway between them. So I'm going to do 9.5 squared plus 2 times 9.5. And that gives me 109.25, and that's too big because I'm trying to go for 104. So let me try something a little bit smaller than that, say 9.3. So 9.3 squared plus 2 times 9.3. So all I'm doing is guessing. And from my previous guess, I'm trying to improve or get closer to the answer. So 9.3 gives me 105.09. And that's too big. And you are allowed a calculator for these. So I'm going to try 9.2. And 9.2 squared plus 2 times 9.2 gives me 103.04, and that's too small. So I now know it's between these two. Now it wants me to give the answer to one decimal place, and to one decimal place doesn't mean getting close to 104 to one decimal place. What it means is either it's closer to 9.2 or 9.3. So in order to figure out which one it's closer to, I need to do halfway between them, which is 9.25. So 9.25 squared plus 2 times 9.25 gives me 104.062, and that's too big. Now, it's useful to have this picture in your head. Just in your head, you can write it out if you want, but you don't need to. Now we know that 9.2 is too small and 9.3 is too big. You've just worked out that 9.25 in the middle is also too big. So which side of this line is my answer going to be? Well, my answer is going to be this side of the line, because it's somewhere between these two. So to one decimal place, this is my answer. X equals 9.2. It'd be really good if you have a go at one of these yourself. So if you could do, in a similar sort of way, x squared plus 2x equals 80, say, to one decimal place on paper, and then send me a picture via Showbie, that'd be fantastic.